So this is a destination for sure out of Newport, and I can tell you because I am going there more years than I care to count. So let's talk about, first of all, we're going to get to the restaurant as an overall thing, but Ocean Cliff as a destination.
Ocean Cliff as a destination is going to be one of the most spectacular views in Newport. We're located right out on the Ocean Drive, close to Breton Point State Park.
Very close. Yeah.
Yep, right down the street, and that our views, you can't beat them. The sunsets, we face directly west, so there's nothing better than sitting and enjoying a glass of wine and nice appetizer, dinner.
And the view is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Safari Room has been there pretty much in this concept as a restaurant since the Ocean Cliff, since the new owners came in and took over and remodeled everything, right?
Yes.
But Ocean Cliff as a property has the restaurant, it has these condos that they're owners of them, I think, right?
No, well, there's two sets of condos on either side. Those are actually timeshares.
Okay.
We do have 29 rooms in the house.
In the property. Right?
Yes. Yep.
And I've stayed there because they're awesome. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, it's a nice. We like to call it a boutique hotel.
I would agree with that
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
So Safari Room, I've been there for both. I've been there for dining and I've been there both for events. And you guys do a lot of events. So Newport Experience, the company, has multiple properties.
Yes.
And you're kind of overseeing the culinary side of all this, right?
Myself and Chef Bradley McCoyle. I am the executive sous chef for the corporation and the executive chef of Ocean Cliff, but Bradley McCoyle is the executive chef of the whole corporation. He oversees, we all oversee it. We've got a great team.
So let's talk about Safari Room. So
Mm-hmm.
I know, and a lot of the questions I got was about the events and I know the Newport Experience out there. But let's talk about that as a dining experience that comes to Safari Room. Can you kind of describe it for us?
Like I said, the open air patio dining in the summertime. It's just very casual.
And it's a good sized patio.
Yes, I mean, in the summertime we sort of move outside, so we have a nice patio, and then we have some tables out on the lawn, and you're coming to the Safari Room. You're basically sitting outside. Yep. But we have a nice tent. It's covered, so even when the weather isn't that great,
You're still in good
it's
shape.
a fantastic spot.
And
yes.
Safari Room's open year round, right?
Yes. Yeah. In the winter, we move inside, and in the winter it's a great spot because it's sort of out of the way, quiet.
Right.
You're in this nice mansion of a hotel.
And walking in, like your atmosphere of walking into this property as a whole. First driving in is crazy, but then when you walk in, you're just blown away because of the atmosphere and the style of this. I mean, your view is top notch, like from the lawn, like you said. And then style of menu. So let's talk about this. I've gotten a lot of questions about, you guys have a lot of seasonality with the menu, correct?
Yes.
So let's talk about the menu because this is something obviously that you're big behind there.
Well, in the wintertime, I mean, like I said, we're right on the water, so our focus is on fresh seafood. I'm sorry, in the summertime.
In the summer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In the winter, we go more towards, the heartier, the steak frite special we run. We'll do some different stuff. Boar.
Wild boar, really?
Yeah, we'll go a little out there sometimes. Try to.
But that's awesome. People look for that stuff.
Yeah, in the wintertime. Yeah. In the summer, though, you look out. There's gentlemen fishing right there. So I try to bring in striped bass, black sea bass. We're getting all of our seafood from Anthony's right on
So a lot locally sourced.
Yes. Yeah. All locally sourced.
See, that's another thing. So this is pretty much, this is good. All 4 restaurants that we talked to today from Newport, all are locally sourcing items. So when you're going in, you know what you're getting. It's not only from the area, but it's incredibly fresh to do that. Event perspective. So this is where a lot of the questions came from that I've gotten about Ocean Cliff and Safari Room as a whole. So Safari Room is a restaurant that you can eat in year-round.
Yes.
It's regular dining, both inside and outside, depending on the seasonality of it. But from an event perspective, do you oversee the events as well coming there from the culinary side?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about that from an event perspective, because that's something in Newport that is hard to find a venue that you can go and have an event the size that you can do in your property.
Yes. We do multiple weddings in a day. We can do up to about 220 guests for an event. For a wedding, we've done bigger events, some charity events and stuff where we've had about 500, 600
because the
people
setup's
in there.
different and,
yes,
and moving through everything.
Yep. But we can also have an event in the ballroom, and then we have a beautiful upper deck where we'll do other parties for up to about 100 people or so. And again, that's in the summertime, and you can't beat it. You're on a deck looking
gorgeous.
yeah,
It's
within
absolutely
100
gorgeous.
yards of the ocean.
So from the restaurant side of things, if someone's spending their night at the hotel or staying there as a destination to get away, is the restaurant open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or is it just lunch? Dinner?
Lunch and dinner. We're open from 11:30 to approximately 9 o'clock.
So
on weekends we go a little bit later, but during the week until 9.
awesome. And then event-wise, do you guys have your own events? Someone was asking me about that earlier. Is there events that Ocean Cliff puts on their own, like seasonality things, like wine dinners, special events?
Yeah, we do some events. We do a more in the winter. In the summertime, we're just
jamming with
we're
everybody.
jamming with every.
Yeah.
So, but we do rehearsal dinners. We do private graduation parties.
Right.
Any party we will cater to. So.
And your menu, I know we just talked about how the seasonality of it goes on, is that your bar, you have a fantastic bar inside, first of all.
Yes.
That bar is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I've been at more events at the Safari Room and using the open space, the circle space of Ocean Cliff in the middle there, where I've spent all the time at the bar. So the theme, Safari Room, where did that come from?
It comes from the owner, just his love of different areas and just and that's where we get into like doing the wild boar and ostrich and
His
alligator.
travels and
Yeah,
such.
yep. So
And Newport Experience has several venues, and we're not going to talk about all the venues in that regard, but I do want to say that the people I want to get up for future shows to talk about it, but the Stonehouse
Stonehouse in Little Compton is our new venue. The Tap Room is the restaurant there, but we also are doing weddings and private functions there too. And again, that is within probably 150 yards of the water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
actually,
you guys
all
just
three of our properties, our other property, Regatta Place, where we strictly do functions and weddings at, is actually located on Goat Island, and it is literally on a dock.
It's right there.
Yeah, with
It's-
its beautiful tent.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. That's been there again for many events.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, from a perspective, the Newport Experience Group has put together this plethora of properties that have done a tremendous job. But it's important to highlight, and talking about the tap room and talking about Safari Room, that these locations that are the regular dining where you can go and experience the same stuff that's coming out for these events. And
Yes.
you guys have had a knack at making that cohesion come together to
Yes.
be able to do that. So, Chef, from your perspective, and this is the question I always try to close out with everybody on, is that things that are coming out, I know there's seasonality to it, but
Yes.
what would you suggest are some things that people shouldn't miss for the menu? And then the other two-part question is that your beverage program. So people are they're saying that, again, you have a great cocktail list, but you guys also have an extraordinary wine list.
Yes, yep. And we,
So let's go to the first one, so I don't want to mess them up on asking these questions. So from what would you recommend that people don't miss from the food perspective, things that you think?
in the Safari Room,
Yeah.
again, right now, seafood. The lobster comes in daily. The lobster rolls. Any of our fish specials. Right now, striped bass
It's a plethora,
It's
right?
plethora. So we can't keep it in house right now. So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And do you find that there's, from guests coming in, that there's guests that are, especially from the tourism side, guests that are really looking for that stuff because they can't get it anywhere else?
Yes, they know they're coming. They're sitting, and again, like I said, they're
Looking
looking
at
right
that,
at the
yeah.
ocean. And
Yeah.
I actually tell my servers sometimes, I say, hey, if you see a fisherman down there, that's how you can tell you special. That's what
right.
we're serving.
It's
right?
coming off that boat in a little
Yeah,
while,
yeah.
straight to you.
Yeah.
And then from the beverage side of things, so you guys do have a great cocktail list. You have that
Yes.
beautiful bar. Summertime, especially down there, you guys are pushing out different things. So from the pairing perspective and your creative process, are you guys looking at that and training the servers to be able to recommend and suggest to guests?
Yes, I work with the front of the house. We'll take the specials and sort of taste and see where we're going with
Nice.
it.
So
And,
the staff experience.
Yes, yep.
Awesome.
And but then also we do run specials, pairings and.
Right. And I think that's become incredibly important, not just from the tourism perspective, but locals. And I can tell you that there was this past winter, it was literally, I think it was November, the week before Thanksgiving exactly. I was down there and I had dinner at the Safari
Oh.
the week before Thanksgiving. And it was, you guys have got that base, and I think that's nice with Newport, is that for locals, people that live in Newport or Middletown, to consider that you have these destinations to be able to go to. But for us, still coming from Providence, in this small state that we live in, you're still considered a tourist, but you can go down to Newport in the wintertime and experience these great things when there's less tourists, and it's still absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. In the wintertime, it's a lot of locals, but it's a nice, casual destination spot. Get out of get out of the hustle and bustle of
Right.
everything.
It's more low key at that time to come
Yes.
down and enjoy it.
But even right now in the summertime, though, it's just nice and casual, and I mean you can go in and
Guests can come in with shorts and a blue box.
and enjoy it. Yes, sir.
So there's a few parts that you absolutely need to check out here, and he's described some things wonderfully for us, but you need to check out it as a property. You can check it out as a dining destination, and you can check it out for your events, and that's really a unique perspective to have all under one venue. But Chef, thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. Greatly
You
appreciate
can,
it.
any of that information is on newportexperience.com.
And then you guys, you're on social media too, because they're going back and forth to me, so make sure you check it out. But Newport Experience as a group for all the properties, you want to make sure that you look into that. because you're still growing.
We're growing, and just that we're your venues for parties and private events and just beautiful locations. All of our locations are just
They've got a
gorgeous
great,
to have events.
they've got a
at.
great team to help you out on the catering and the event planning side, and that's very important. Thank you, Chef.
Thank
Really
you,
appreciate it.
sir.
Thanks
I
for coming
appreciate
across
it.
the bridge.
Thank you.
All right.